How's it going, guys? Well, we've started out our South Island trip, basically heading down the North Island, going through Desert Road at the moment, through Tongariro, and we had to make the call of coming up here and seeing the snow firsthand. It's not as snowy as it has been other days, but hopefully on the way back we might even see some more snow, but we had to try and make the top to the top. Got a little bit further we can go. It's a little bit crisp today. I'm still wearing bare feet though, so it's not too bad. Good test for the D-Max and the old Barjar bosses, loving it. We had a bit of snow down there. Nothing too crazy, but no, it's a magic spot. You've got to love this country we live in. Like, it's a pretty sunny day today. It was raining quite heavily on the way down, and we got here and it just opened up perfect. You can't ask for better, eh? Oh, this is a magic spot. Like, it is cold, but it's not crazy cold, and it's just, oh, it's magic. Oh, I can't wait to see what the South Island's got to offer, eh? Tonight we stay in Wellington. I just want to stay there, and then we get on the ferry tomorrow morning early. We head across, and we're going to catch up with Holmesy in Blenheim. He's got a little track for us, something cool and surprise. And then Sunday, he's got a club trip we're going to join on. So some cool stuff to look forward to. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, let's go and find some more snow. While in Levin, gotta stop in at Swazi. Oh yeah. Ooh, what have we got here? Cheers, Swazi. Legend, mate. Well, we're on the Bluebridge ferry on the way to Picton. We should reach there about 12 o'clock. We left Wellington this morning. Midday for it. We're gonna go into Blenheim, get some supplies, and meet up with Mike Holmes. There's a little track planned for us just outside Blenheim. Go and do some rock driving, a little bit of river driving. Should be good. And tomorrow, Sunday, we've got planned a trip with Marlborough Full Drive Club. They're going to go to the Marlborough Hills. Mike Holmes organised that. Should be really cool. He said we need to have buddies for the climate, so we've got Barjar bosses ready to test out. Should be pretty cool. We stopped in at Swansea yesterday on the way down, just in Levin, and absolutely awesome little store, eh? This clothing is next level. I bought this jacket here. It's quite a nice long one. It's actually really cool. Always seen the Swansea gear, so we're going to try it out. And really, standing in the wind here, perfect day. Awesome, guys. Well, let's come into South Island now, go and see Picton, and get into some stuff. Yeah, buddy. Oh, he's stuck already! He's stuck on the big rock over there. Hey, we're already into it! Oh shit, I'm falling over!
D-Max to the rescue.
That's good fun. Woohoo, go the T-Max. Well guys, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, those views are spectacular. Oh, what an awesome trip to be able to be invited along upon. Massive shout out to the Marlborough 4 Drive Club, thank you very much, and Mike Holmes. Oh, this is wicked, eh? We're only, well, a couple of hours into the trip. So left Taylor's Pass Road just outside Blenheim onto some private property. So this is a working station that Holmesy used to work on when he was about 15, 16. He worked here doing fencing, deering, everything along those lines. And it's just magic here, eh? Man, it is big country, seriously big country. A couple of the guys that are in the trip said they actually walked up here not so long ago, and I can only imagine how long a trip that would have been, because it is steep, it is really steep. I mean, you can see mountains are behind us, all the snow on them, down to the coastline here is just magic, absolute magic. Oh, about 20 trucks in the convoy today. That's really good actually, really good going. Far out, you just don't get much better, eh? The South Island really puts it on. Whew. Well, I think we're going to take in some views and we're going to carry on and see what else this place has got to offer. Magic, eh? Oh, just magic. Well, this is pretty cool four-wheel driving. This is steep, rutted, rocky terrain, and we've actually got the downhill descent control on the D-Max. I've actually got no feet on the pedals. It's that controlled. Again, got my feet near them just in case, but it's impressive what these gadgets can do. Fully controlled. It's blinking now just to hold it. It's braking for us. Saves a bit on the brakes. Just doing it bit by bit as it needs. And you can still accelerate out as you need. So we're just heading down to have some lunch at a hut. We're all going to park up, then head over to the hut and yeah, have a bit of lunch. Oh, wicked day. Loving the D-Max. Yeah, buddy. It's not bad for any of you.
People.
This is a very cool old clay hut. I don't see many of these standing anymore. Still pretty well set up in here. Even still got a few bunks. What a magic spot. Fireplace and everything. Little doorway. And freshwater river. Oh, magic. Well, we just finished up lunch in a magic little hut. That's pretty cool to see a hut like that. You don't often see a clay hut still surviving in terrain like this. Most of them have fallen down, or people have pulled them down, not using them anymore. This is some steep country, eh? So, about 1 o'clock now, and we're just heading out over the next spur. Holmes is going to show us the coastline and out over Blenheim. You can see the airstrip and stuff apparently. So, some steep terrain to get out of here. Awesome convoy. We've got Lee and Albie in front of us in the 80 series. We've got taking up the D-Max. We've got Richard Giver behind us and his awesome little Defender. Such a good crew to go wheeling with. Oof, makes you want to move to the South Island. Oh, this is magic country. Just cruising down, taking our time. Manual mode in the D-Max with downhill descent engaged. Oh, perfect. Nice and controlled. Don't want to get too crazy on the brakes. Just doing his own thing, and we're just cruising. We've also got a companion. We've got a little friend that's along for the ride. Albie's little dog. Yeah. This is pretty cool. Timmy would be jealous right now. GoPro's running out of batteries, so I'm going to stop and put another one in. to make sure I capture this amazing scenery for you guys. Magic, look at the snow in the background. Oh, I'm going to go and find some of that during the week. Oh, such raw country. So Holmesy, where are we?
We're on top of the world, mate. No, mainland, mate. Just out of Blenheim, overlooking Blenheim at the moment. Marlborough Drive Club. Yeah. So no, wicked day. We've turned it on for you.
Magic. Holmesy's yard. Yeah, buddy. Badass safari. Full on racing Hilux. Crazy machine. Oh, the Dirty D-Max. Yeah. And we're just cruising around the 200. Ooh, Mount Riley. How's that? Oh, not a bad spot for the night. Yeah, buddy. Just found a little bit of a track. Holmesy recommended to us. So we're going to go for a little adventure. Yeah, buddy. Now that's some flow. Far out. Obviously, usually you can climb up there. Far out, not today. That is crazy. Had a feeling it would be flowing fast and deep. that's definitely next level. Oh well, we'll turn around and go for another adventure. Magic scenery, even with the weather. Still pretty cool. It's got a very Christmassy feel. Oh, this is pretty cool. The oven in the snow, pretty safe conditions actually, it's not too deep. You can see there's been tracks there before as well. Someone's obviously gone around to one of the huts up there. So it doesn't go too crazy. Yeah, it's not too dense in snow, so pretty safe, good ground. Yeah, proper ski field up here, so obviously it goes up further to another hut and whatnot. But I think we'll carry on, looks like the weather's coming back in. So yeah, whew, magic.
Pretty good business for him.
Yeah.
He's still doing it.
Well, we're Wednesday lunchtime now, and at this point in time, level 4 COVID lockdown has been announced, and we're still in the South Island. So we managed to wrangle ourselves a ferry for tonight. We were booked for Friday, so thank God for Blue Bridge. Awesome, thank you very much. Managed to sort that out. So I managed to get our booking moved to tonight. and we're basically cruised up from Christchurch, making the push to get up to Blenheim for the sailing tonight. It's coming along the Hectare coast now. Absolutely amazing scenery along here, and the weather has come out. We played ball, giving us a bit of sunshine to enjoy it on the way up. Bit of a sad ending to a good trip. Cut short, obviously. We're meant to be in Hectare Springs tonight, enjoying it for Zoe's birthday, and we were going to go and do a few snow tracks around there and just relax, to be honest. And then Rallywoods was going to be the weekend following, this weekend coming up. We were going to be at Rallywoods, there supporting the teams and stuff, and just doing the weekend with them. But unfortunately, that's all cut a bit short. But it is to be what it be to be. Oh well. All we can do is blessing in disguise, being able to get back into the North Island and take our time to get up safely within the 48-hour period. And get home. We've got some doggies to go and look after. Woohoo! We're back from the South Island now, managed to make it home nice and safe and sound. Got the D-Max here with me. And got Shug, we had to come back and look after the dogs. Got to make sure you put family first and priorities. Obviously, lockdown was a pretty serious thing, and we want to make sure we get back within the 48-hour period and get everything sorted, really. So it's good to be home. I've given the D-Max a good wash up. She did awesome on the trip. I think we clocked up 2,500 Ks, around about there. It was a worker trip, eh? It was cut short, but you know, it is what it is. So we're going to run through a few products that I want to go over why I enjoyed having these products on the trip, and cover off what's good about them and why I run them. So I'll start off with the hammer bar. So the hammer bar is a great all-round bar. It protects the front of the vehicle. It also gives it a much better approach angle, houses the winch, makes the vehicle look very sharp. I'm kind of savvy to the whole look without hoops, so I like the no loop, no bumper cut look. I have redesigned it myself slightly. Usually the hammer bar would have an insert there, so you don't have to cut the grill at all, but I wanted to have the little piece of the grill and the light bar recessed, so it looks quite sharp. Great piece of kit, the hammer bar. Next one on the list, the bar jar bosses. So I'm running a 305 65 17 on the DT1 Dirty Love rims. Awesome all-round tyre. Now basically that's a 33, slightly under. Fits the 2021 D-Max perfectly. I've got about a 2.5 inch lift in the front at the moment. I will be readjusting that when I put the superior shocks in and whatnot. And I just need to probably bring the wheels forward slightly and figure out what I do there, because only on full lock it catches the chassis. But I mean, off-road, as you saw going in the rocks and the snow and a few little ruddy situations, didn't really rub at all. Caught the plastic a couple of times, but it was more so catching the chassis on full lock. Really, that's pretty impressive. 33s on a 2-inch lifted vehicle, or slightly over. So with these bar jar bosses, a few features that I really enjoyed about them. The side bite walls, protection with the rocks and things like that. On that first track we did in the river, we were about 38 psi. That's full road pressure. Didn't let them down because it was only a short trip, just a half day, and really impressive how well they actually gripped. There's one clip where they actually caught a rock on the back end and they grabbed it and pulled it under so we could drive over it. Really impressed with that sort of stuff. The 305, so it's a 305 65 17. I really love the footprint. Basically 33, but really creates that better footprint on the ground. Not quite as much height as a 285 75 16, but you don't really need it. I mean, you're talking 10 mil, so it's bugger all really. I just love the overall dynamics of the tyre and the way it handled. 2,500 Ks whole trip basically, and probably about 100 of those off-road, maybe a little bit less, and really handled every scenario well. We had them down for the big trip with Holmesy, and they handled well in the farmyard, and especially that was some steep terrain. So I'm really impressed with these tyres. No wear from them pretty much at all on the trip, and that was some rock driving. So yeah, really impressed. Can't wait to go and test them out some more. So one of the other pieces of kit I really enjoyed having on the trip was the Explorer 70 litre dual zone fridge. Absolutely magic. Now I did have it just in the back seat here, which is good, being a 70 litre, it fit in there nicely. Ideally we're going to put a canopy on here and have it set up in the back, but that's at a later date. So for now, for this trip, having that was magic. So we had it on the trip, we used it quite a bit for putting food, drinks in, all sorts of things. But even more so, when we're coming back, now we knew it was coming to lockdown and it was going to be crazy in Auckland, so we actually stopped in Blenheim because we had a bit of time, went to the supermarket. Now I chocked it full of groceries and it handled it perfectly on the way back. Now I do have a dual battery setup, so any fridge you basically run, I ideally recommend having a secondary battery. Reason being is if you try and run off a cigarette lighter, it was never designed to power something to this sort of drawer, I guess, which if you put it directly to the battery, much better current flow, the fridge can operate properly and really you can make the most of it. This Explorer fridge, really I'm enjoying it so far. It's probably my third trip I've had it on now, and I can't wait to get it in the back and set it up properly, because the only tricky thing getting it in the back seat was getting into the doors, but having that dual zone makes a difference where you can freeze food, keep food cold, whatever temperature you might want to have it at, and then the drinks you can still get as you need and whatever else you want to access quite often.